Karate. Hello everyone and welcome to Telecreations. In this video we're going to be talking about the Back to the Future Trilogy set. The Steel... thought it was a bit light. The SteelBook set. In this case I'm going to show off the box first that they come in. This is, I got this from Zavvi. You could also get this from Best Buy. I don't know if it's still available anymore. But anyway, this is what the outer box looks like. At least you've got some deep, embossing. It's lumpy bumpy on the front there, which is nice. With your Back to the Future title, more iconic poster. You got a flap which does go all the way around, which details what the whole entire thing is in terms of details, in terms of every little piece of information. And of course, you've got your extra specs. On the side, you've got the logo for the film and all this. All of it's lumpy bumpy, which is quite nice, except for the top and bottom logos. Mine actually came damaged at the top. You can't really see it, but it wasn't actually a problem with Zavvi. It was actually a problem with the box itself, because it comes with a flap on the inside to keep it all wrapped together. But that flap had torn off, obviously, when they were putting it together, because it's just really cheap cardboard. So yeah, but outside of that, it does have these little slots to divide each of the steelbooks. However, I, on the other hand, have moved the steelbooks, and there is actually artwork on the back of the box. I think it's just the car, but it doesn't really matter. The box is kind of worthless unless you're looking at the steelbooks. So let me show you the steelbooks. And this is the trilogy. Of course, each steelbook, the face of it with a matte finish, combines. As you can see, this is what each image looks like. The first one being the 50s. The second one being the future, 2015, yes, the future. Not really, obviously, anything distinguishable about it outside of the damaged tower and the, well, obviously, I guess the floating Hill Valley sign and the car in the background. And of course, you've got Marty there. And then you've got the Wild West, which of course makes sense there as well, with the banner and everything. And it even has the, pretty much the end of the car from the third film with the replaced wheels and everything. It's quite a nice collage that goes together ever so well. And now let's take a look at the other side. And here we have the back of each one, of course. The classic, this is what happens when the car goes at 66 miles an hour, or whatever it was. I'm pretty sure it was 66. You've, of course, in the second one, where Biff, future Biff, I don't think that's his actual name, though, I can't remember, is chasing Marty on the hoverboard, of course. And oh, look, is that Clint Eastwood? Oh, I know that guy. So yeah, I actually quite like how the prints are like this on the outside. On the back, again, nicely done. And I will also mention the fact that they do interweave the actual artwork throughout. So the artwork conjoins. And let's take a look at them individually. Starting with the first film. I actually really like this combined trio. Even if it's in its case, I still quite like it, because of course you can face them much like I have currently with their display, given that this was actually a birthday year for my brothers, which I ordered and they just pay me back for, because they totally know what to get me these days. I don't mind the spread. Of course you do have your Back to the Future, which is upside down, I think, or is it backwards? There we go. It was upside down. Logo there on the actual steelbook. On the case itself, you have the 4K disc, which is a gorgeous remaster. I didn't watch through all of them. My dad watched through all three of them, because I watched through them 3 months ago on DVD. And I was just looking at them each one as he was playing them, and I'm like, these look incredible. So they definitely are really good remasters. On the inside, you've got some nice collage work as well. Again, I know you can probably just find these images online, but it is nice to see what it actually looks like with its whole entire spread. I don't believe that the Blu-rays are actually 4K remasters. I think they are, but I don't really know. I don't really think I'll ever find out unless I just decide one day to watch the Blu-rays instead, or to actually look at the Blu-rays, but I'm sure you can find online that it probably says that the Blu-rays themselves are 4K remasters. It wouldn't make any sense, at least in my mind, for them not to be, but given that this is a universal release rather than something like, a more premium brand like Eureka or Second Sight or whoever, Arrow Video or whomever, they would do 4K transfers for both discs, UHD and Blu-ray. So yeah. Here we have the second film. Same deal with its spread. Where's the logo? There it is. This one's a bit harder to get to because it's a little it's got one of those things where the spine is a little bent inwards. It's just a little stuck differently, which can be annoying. But on the inside, it has again a nice spread with some nice disc art. I do like how the disc art is the theatrical poster, just on each disc. That's nice. I like that about it. This is the inside of it. So you've got, again, a nice collage. I like how it's just kind of like best moments look. I think this is more unique in its own right than just having one solid wallpaper like most steelbooks have. Sometimes they don't even have a wallpaper. I like that this it's actually a really well blended one. Like, it doesn't look poorly photoshopped in. Like, they were actually very well photoshopped into a whole collage. I like it. It's nice stuff. And last but not least, the hardest one to open, and the heaviest one, is of course the third film, Part 3. I'd argue that the first one is my favourite, and the best, of course. It is the more iconic film as well. And the second one isn't a bad film. This comes with a bonus disc as well of alternate art, which is nice, of the car, whereas this, of course, is theatrical poster art with Clara. I think that the third film is my second favourite. At least I'd say that it's like the second best of them. The second one has some iconic moments, but it's not as tightly constructed as a film. It's very all over the place. And ultimately, I think this one has the best internal spread, given how it has the clock to kind of justify it, with having Marty and Clara and the train on one side, and Doc and the other Biff on the other side, as well as just another version of Doc, weirdly enough, as well as the train at the top there, which is ever so nice. I think it's a very nice spread. Yeah, the Emma Brown died and all that kind of stuff. I like it. It's really nicely laid out. And that's my review and look at the Back to the Future Trilogy Steelbook 4K UHD. It's definitely worth getting the upgrade to the 4K. If you don't like the look of the Steelbooks, especially the whole, you have the landscape display it look, I get it. It's fine. It's based on like a mural that they had released like a few years ago for like the 2015 version, for that anniversary or whatever. And I think it looks really nice. It's a good collage spread, and I like that each back has its own individual image, all focused on Marty, and I like how the insides have this great spread of a collage mixed with the original artwork on the DVDs themselves, on the actual discs. I like that. It's very well done. As a fan of Back to the Future, someone who grew up with the Ultimate Edition trilogy on DVD, the whole pack of the book and everything, it's nice to see them in their best versions, this being the 4K UHD, and having it be a steelbook version, I treasure it a hell of a lot more, to the point that I can display it like this. Like, I could frame it if I wanted to, but then it's like, how would I watch the films then if I was just to frame it? but also because it's not just a, hey, look at the interior artwork and look at the exterior artwork as well. You've got a lot to look at and a lot to just admire. I could flip them all around and appreciate them all for their ulterior, you know, external on the back artwork. So it's a very nice set overall. I understand where some people's complaints may have come from, but I personally really like the set. I prefer it to the other previous steelbooks that they've released for the trilogy, like just the generic posters, or the, well, not really generic posters, but just the posters, or just the car, or just the name, or whatever. I like that this has a theme to it. It's the whole trilogy, the best way you can watch it. Outside of that, you can buy the retail version, which is just one big disc pack. So yeah, that's how that goes. Either way, thank you so much for watching. This has been my unboxing of the Back to the Future trilogy set. The next video will be the Second Sight Dawn of the Dead set. See you then. Adios.